Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network and producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and Phil Svitek, this is iTalk Movies. Long-form interviews with leading members of the film industry. And now, your host of iTalk Movies.
Waiting for our music. Woo! Hey guys, welcome to iTalk Movies on the Popcorn Network. My name is Carrie Lane. You can find me online at Carrie D. Lane. And today I am joined by the lovely Inside and Out, because she's pretty darn awesome, Gabriela Lopez.
Hey!
And she is here because she's starring in the new exciting sci-fi movie, The Fifth Wave.
Yes. It's coming out very soon.
You excited?
I'm so excited. I can't believe it's like right here.
Yeah.
January 22nd.
Woot woot. So go out there and see it January 22nd.
Please do. I've been waiting for this day for so long. We finished filming like a year ago in Atlanta, over a year ago probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's quite some time to wait, and you're just like, I can't tell anybody anything yet. I'm sorry.
Go read the book, and that's about it. Yeah.
Well, speaking of a while ago, let's go back a little bit and look
Okay.
back at your career. So you started acting at a young age of 9 in 4th grade.
Yeah, well, that's a great story, though. They told us to do a reading contest for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I decided to perform all the characters.
Why?
I have no idea, because they were like, use your punctuations, period, exclamation mark, like take a pause, like wait 10 seconds after you say,
Sure,
reading.
yeah.
And I decided, I was like, Daddy, I want to go and take it now. I want it now. And my whole class was like, and then I was like, and I'm Willy Wonka, and like started doing all of the characters.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Please tell me there's some video of that somewhere.
I wish. I know that would be so cool if I was like, here's my proof. I really did this. I'm not making it up. But
You need to recreate it.
oh yes. Yes, and you can be like my teacher. We'll just
I'll
we'll
be
do
like
it
a watch,
together.
be like, mhm.
Yeah.
Great job, A+.
I think my teachers were terrified though, because like everybody was like reading it like normal people, and then there's one kid. I didn't tell anybody either. I
that's
just
awesome.
Did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I won. It was the first thing I had ever won, and I was like, I won.
Good thing to win.
Yeah, I know, right? I was excited about that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
But then at that point, I was like, Mom. I want to, whatever that was, I want to do that forever. And she's like, that's called acting. I was like, oh, well.
Nice.
Cool,
That's
I didn't
really,
know
that's
what that
awesome
was.
to latch onto that so young and know
Yeah.
exactly like that's what you want to do.
Yeah. I'm super blessed that I got to know so young and kind of move forward that way, because I started coming out here at 9. I begged, I was like, take me to Hollywood. Now I'm here. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Yay.
Almost 5 years now, so.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you've been in quite a few plays. What has been your favorite play to perform in, and why?
Inherit the Wind. Just because it's a controversial story. I don't know if you know about it, but it's they take the guy that was my love interest to jail for teaching Darwinism in schools, and this was like in I don't know, I'm gonna get this wrong, like 30s, I think, 20s, 30s. And it was just, and it was so interesting, and it takes place in the South too, which is where I'm from. And I'm from Alabama. Hey.
Yeah.
And it's, breaking the barriers. I think that's why I like to push the envelope, get people thinking. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I like to just start a conversation started.
Sure, that's a good thing to like.
Yeah, why not, right?
Can you think about how many plays you've been in? I know that might be quite a few.
I would say probably, not like two, like not like handfuls, but I would say about 5 or 6 maybe. Cool. And Inherit the Wind was my first when I was like actually leading in. Yeah. And that's when I was 18 when I did the play, and I was like, okay, now I really want to start taking this up professionally. It kind of gave me like the confidence to say I can do this. So then I moved out here after I booked my first film.
That's awesome. And then how do you feel, what do you think the transition was like acting from theater going to film?
Well, I had not had a lot of training. Like when I was 9, I did these fun, I came out here and did IMTA. I don't even think that exists anymore. But I didn't do that when I was 9. I did that when I was around 12. Okay. And that's how, they say Ashton Kutcher got discovered that way. Oh. And I forget all the Katie Holmes. Like, that's how but it's fairly expensive, and I didn't know what I was getting into. But that is the only training I had. So I didn't really know what I was doing, but I kind of had to just learn. When I booked my first film, I was like, oh, I'm on set, and now I'm learning how to act. Okay. But it was something that just came naturally, I guess, to me. Mm-hmm. But it's very different when you're theater, you're projecting, and it's so much bigger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, it's me. And then in camera, it's just super subtle and serious, especially when filming The Fifth Wave. I mean, like, it's such a different style, and I love it because it's all about what's going on in your eyes. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's fun. Yeah.
Nice. And then going on to that for The Fifth Wave, please tell us a little bit about that, what you can tell.
Well, it is based on a best-selling novel written by Rick Yancey, and it just went #1 on USA Today
I saw
a couple
that.
days ago. Yeah, on Twitter. I just saw that. I was like, what? This is crazy. And Chloe Moretz is blowing up right now, and I love her to death as a human. She just sent me a video over the Christmas break of us. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but I don't know if it was an extra that took it or who took the video, but it's us literally being goofy, as I've described in so many interviews. I'm like, between every take, we would just be like, being crazy, like doing all kinds of stuff, coming up with stuff, and now there's proof.
I'll have to watch it because I've seen the photos. I haven't seen the video yet.
I am surprised there's not more things that's come out yet, but I'm sure there probably will be. Yeah. But I'm really excited because I play her best friend in the film, and I describe her as this boy-crazed teen that's just, I want people to see her as like, oh, I want to be best friends with that girl. That's what I hope that audiences get from my character.
Nice.
But yeah, it's about aliens.
Okay.
And the others is what we call them.
Yes.
Which
you do see in the trailer.
You do see that, so I'm not giving anything away. It's just the others. Beware. And you don't know. You could be another.
You don't know. I like that scene in it where he's like, I know you're not one of them. And Chloe's like, how do you know? And he's like, because you would have shot me by now. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. My friend Matt. That's
dark.
That's a great scene. Yeah. I'm excited. Oh, I can't wait for people to see it. I'm really excited.
How do you feel you relate to your character? Because just talking to you now, I'm totally getting that best friend vibe. I'm like,
cool,
I feel you relate. I feel you're like that character.
Besties after this?
All
yeah,
right.
Okay. I think because I'm goofy and quirky, and I think that's kind of what I brought to her.
Okay.
She's just a lot younger than me. That's pretty much, I would say that's like the biggest difference is I try to play her in the mentality as where I was at when I was 16.
Okay.
I'm not 16 anymore. I mean, yeah.
But that's great. You can still look 16 then.
Right?
Ha-ha.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I know. When I first saw a cut of the film, I was like, wow, I look actually really young. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know why. Anyway.
Well, it's different to see yourself on film and, when you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that, are you still weirded out looking at yourself on film?
Yeah. What's weirdest thing, I think, is when my first film came out on ABC Family on TV, I was looking at it and I was like, that girl looks so familiar. I know her. But it's really, I've developed a relationship with me watching myself and then me who I am. I'm like, that's not who I see in the mirror.
Oh,
it's weird. I don't know why I do that, but I guess it helps me disconnect of like getting in my head about it and thinking it's me. I think of it as that character in her life, and I just know her personally.
Nice.
What a strange
And
lady.
I think it's great that you kind of have a good chameleon from being very like wholesome, beautiful, and then you got some sexy photos. We got a couple of those. Let's see if we can pull up. Like this one, I love you just kind of have a very natural, confident sexiness going on.
Thanks.
And then that one I'm just like, oh, you look so like fun and carefree.
Hey,
Look at those legs.
I like these descriptions. You really are going to be best friends. Huh?
Then this one, so much
thanks.
confidence. I love your hair. It's just
you.
like, don't mess with me.
Yeah. See, those are the kind of roles that I'd like to dig my teeth into.
Nice.
Is something more along those kind of lines.
I think the next photo too, you also got this like tough in the industrial kind of look, and this one too.
I like that one. I'm like, who are you? You gonna get me, girl? Hey, it's just weird. It's me. It's just like all the different like things of me. It's crazy. And go ahead.
Do you enjoy that transformation going from like right now you look lovely and then you going into like more makeup and more dressed up? Do you enjoy that like process?
Oh yeah, well I grew up doing pageants.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't tell. Wait. Oops. Yeah, I actually won a big pageant when I was 16, and it was such an interesting experience. It's just I don't really fit that mold. I mean, I guess just looking at me, I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I love getting dressed up and feeling girly, and because I think I'm more kind of like not. I like to just not wear a lot of makeup most days, wear a t-shirt and stuff, but I love getting dressed up. I'm a girl.
What girl doesn't, right?
No, gosh.
There you go, little secret. I did a couple beauty pageants
you
before.
You did? Yes!
I did two back in like high school, and I'm like, I mean, it was fun, but
yeah, not really our
your
stuff.
Your teeth hurt after smiling, your teeth.
And I'm like, and it starts shaking. It's like, and I'm like, am I still smiling? I don't even know if it's a smile anymore. Do I look constipated? I don't know.
No, probably no.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's good.
Now, Fifth Wave is like a genre film. Going back to that, what have been your favorite genres to act in?
Oh, I love this. I loved doing the Fifth Wave because it's a sci-fi. I just love that it was just like when they handed me. I have a scene where it's like I'm like seeing the spaceship come, and I guess you would call it a spaceship, big large thing in the sky. Yeah. Where and they hand me the cell phone. And the prop actually had a video on it of the thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually terrifying. I was like, Chloe, seriously, look at this. She was like, oh my gosh, this looks real. I was like, wow. It's just so cool how with big productions like that have a nice size budget compared to other things that I've done. Everything is just so much bigger. It's just, wow, like it's so alive. But I did a drama, like a web series a few years ago that I really loved to do because I love comedy. It comes natural to me, but
no way.
No, actually, actually, no, I'm just kidding. I just changed the whole rest of the interview. But I played a heroin addict.
Oh.
And that was really challenging to stay in that headspace, but it was super fun to get to play with it. And I was working with friends too. So, I haven't gotten talked about that much, but yeah, it's very different than anything because I played mean girl and then best friend and then heroin addict. Yeah.
Then with it being a big scale, do you feel that was a difficult or any bit of a challenge to work on smaller films and then this big budget?
No, actually, it made it so much more easier.
Okay.
I think that I think a lot of people get like maybe think, oh wow, I'm gonna get nervous or whatever. No, it's just the actors are so great.
Yeah.
The props are all like everything seems so real because everything is to just like show up and just say my lines and be present in the scene.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes it so much more easier. I'm so excited. I want to work on big stuff now. It spoiled me, though. I will be honest.
It bit your teeth in. You're not letting go.
I'm not. The men.
And you already talked a little bit about working with Chloe, but you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
And how the process was on set?
Well, we first, we all met at the table read, I guess. And then we just hit it off really naturally. Like, there's just, especially... like with women too, sometimes there can be like, cattiness, whatever. The director, the first time like we had to do pick the stills for like a month before like we even started filming, and he was like, we'd come up with handshakes and all kinds of stuff, and he was like, oh yeah, I've got my hands full. He's British.
I was gonna say what I was gonna ask. What's it like working with him?
Jay Blakeson. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. Like I can't even describe, like, I would go into ADR sessions, and he was just so complimentary, and he was like, I think that this is going to be so good for you. We loved working with you. Just everybody on that. Even, like, one of the ADs just wrote me a few weeks ago and was like, you and Chloe set the tone of the film, like, right off the bat, and we really appreciate you guys bringing that. I was like, I am so grateful that I got to be a part of that, and work with people at that level with so much love they had. It was amazing. So, I could go on for days. But
well, we don't have days. But,
okay. Cool.
So even though it was big, it still had a very close-knit family kind of feel.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Definitely. And I'm just it was just so much fun because we would just goof off. Like I said, between takes and stuff, Chloe and I would just listen to music and then be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. You know, get in the best friend vibe, and it was not hard at all to do that.
And I hear you're a fan of music.
Yes, I love music. So is she. That's why we would be like, yo, you know this song? Oh, me too. Okay, cool. Follow me on this thing. So she told me about this app called Hype Machine. If you don't know it, go get it. It's amazing. But I see what she's liking, and then she can see what I'm liking, or whoever your friends are on there, and you can like listen to popular like indie kind of music. But I'm obsessed. She hooked me. I hate you for that, but I love you still.
What is your favorite song?
Oh my gosh.
Right now. There we go. That would be a little definition, because there are different
now.
times in life or different moments where you can like one thing more than another.
Right. Well, yesterday and today, like my favorite songs, they change like every couple
daily?
days.
That's cool.
No, it really does, because I'm obsessed with music. Like it's a big problem. But Wolf Alice is the name of the artist, and it's called Freezy. And I just found it like a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And I'm just hooked on listening. I was listening the whole way. I was like, oh, one more time. Okay, one more time.
Oh, I've totally done that. Play the song and repeat over and over and over and over. And you're like,
I know.
Is this too much?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Repeat,
one
repeat.
more time. And then I'll get tired of it, and I'm like, okay, gotta find a new one. But
do you play any musical instruments?
I've taken piano for like 12 years of my life, maybe longer actually. But
You're like, not smart.
It's so like that's like so left brain. It's like I think it's so amazing. Yes, yeah. I think it's so amazing when people can use, like, I feel like music is like using your left and right brain like at the same time, because you're being creative and you have to kind of technically
precision,
like it's like mathematical to me in my mind. I love playing, and I want to write music. I want to do that also, just kind of on my own thing, but I'm not so great at. I can read music. Hey,
that's actually quite a skill. Yeah,
I know. I can read music, and I've been really well at it because I started taking it at Silver Lake Conservatory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a cool place.
Yeah, I did piano back in the day, and I was like, I don't think I could really remember much.
It's so difficult.
I wish I kept up with it, kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's kind of how it was, and then I moved out, and I was like, I'm going to take it up again. So I was actually been taking it for 4 years. Nice. I just took a little break for the past 6 months because I've been busy, and so I was like, all right, I'm just going to, I'll get back to it, though, practice a little, and I love it. I love music. Okay. Calm down.
No, it's okay. Don't calm down. It's all good. I was actually going to say, you mentioned writing music. You've done a little bit of film writing as well.
I have, yeah.
So not only does she act in films, but she wrote, produced, and starred in a short film. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. It's funny when you said that, I was like, no, I didn't. You're lying. But it's true, I did. No, it's called Unrelated. One of my best friends, Taylor Kloop, and I did it together. And we were, you just waiting around I'm like waiting to hear on this audition and this one and this one and this one. I was like, you know what? I have to stay creative. As an artist, you have to get your hands on something and keep going. And I was like, I'm just going to write something. Let's write something. So I kind of got inspired by my dad is a psychiatrist, and there's a psychiatrist in the film, and I play this desperate woman who wants to get married and him to propose to her, and then her psychotic sister comes in play, and it's really it's twisted. It's dark comedy, and that's kind of the stuff I'm really drawn to writing. I don't know why.
Can we watch it somewhere?
Yeah, it's not online yet. We are going to put it online eventually. Cool. But if you follow me at Gabriela J. Lopez on Twitter or Instagram.
And when you write it, do it like that.
Yeah. No. You have to say my name, Gabriela J. Lopez. Yeah. We actually are having a screening in LA, so if you're in LA, we can go next month. Yeah, thanks. We got into a film festival next month, actually.
Which one?
Playhouse West.
Cool.
Yeah, so...
You'll be posting about that.
Yeah, I'll be posting about it. And it's February 7th, I think, is when ours... No, ours is the 14th. Ours is on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day.
How romantic.
Yeah,
great date movie, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. Dark comedy date movie.
Hey, dark comedies are pretty awesome, so...
Oh, I love, like, Quentin Tarantino. Oh, like, that's the kind of stuff, like, I want to eventually... I mean, long ways, but...
You're like Tarantino if you're watching.
Yes. Hello, call me. Let's write something. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm
What's
not.
your favorite dark comedy?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, this is the first one that came to
mind.
Right now.
But,
yeah, but when Django Unchained.
Oh, that was...
Oh, my gosh. Because there was, like, moments I'm like, I'm laughing. I should stop. This is not funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's so serious.
So
it's
heavy
real.
and dark, and then there's that random humor, and you're like, Am I supposed to be laughing?
Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
That was something that really inspired me after seeing that. I was like, how cool is it to take something that can be super tragic and you still get to feel that emotion, but instead of like just bypassing through it, you get to laugh about it and say, hey, let's make this light too. It doesn't have to be so like my victim-y, you know? It can be like, yeah, let's laugh about it, because that's kind of how I feel. Like, things that have been hard in my life, I like to go back and be like, let's laugh. It's done. It's over, you know?
Because you're here now. You've gotten through it.
Right. So. Exactly. I think that's important. I think just to find the comedy and things. I think that's kind of why I am the way I am. That's what people like kind of say, like, oh, you seem like just always quirky and goofy and stuff, but it's like, yeah, it's how I am. It's just because I like to
roll with the punches.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise it'd be like in my head thinking, oh no, all these things. Like, but might as well have a good time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right?
You mentioned Django. Now, would you want to act in a period piece?
Yes.
And what time period?
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, this is strange, but one of the first things I started writing actually takes place in the late 1800s. I don't know if I want to act in. I don't know why. That's bizarre. It came to me the way this story did, but it's been on my heart to write it for years, and I haven't. But I'm gonna do it eventually. But I actually just think I want to direct that one. But I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones lately. I just started. And I'm like, and then I saw The Revenant a couple nights ago, which was amazing. And this kind of, similar time period, I'm like, what could I play? I guess I could be a Native American, which is cool. I do have Native American blood, so I would be doing it justice. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
No, I totally know
you know what I'm saying.
I've had those discussions with people.
Yeah. But
we'll leave it at that. It's like,
yeah, I'm good. But that, I would love to go somewhere in that kind of. Because I would actually really like to be in England in like the 1800s somewhere, do a period piece.
Some sort of Victorian something?
Yeah, but I'm not pale enough. My last name's Lopez, you know?
Well, you could be a Spaniard who moved to England.
But that story hasn't been written.
Yet.
Ooh, yet.
What?
Hello, magic fairies, get out there.
On your video, you did a little Veruca impression. I was going to say, you did a pretty decent British accent, so... Got a sample?
I can do. This one's a little different. This is not very Victorian era. This is just like casual. It's how the director of Fifth Wave talks. Yeah, it was very good.
No, mine's more Australian because I went to Australia, so I got more the twang.
Oh, nice.
I can't quite do the proper British. I'd probably be a little more Cockney.
I think so. Me too, because this would be a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I'm a British lady. No.
Sure. Yeah. Is it hard to, coming from the South, do you feel like you had to overcome an accent?
Yes. I mean, even sitting here, I'm like, did I say that Southern? Maybe. Like
you have total permission to say it with the Southern accent. I don't mind, sweetheart.
Oh, that is good.
I have people think I'm from the South, so
really?
No worries.
Oh, shug. Well, when I go home or talk to my mom or anything, like it starts to come out like a lot. I have to think every time I speak just to make sure it doesn't happen. Because it's like that. I mean, that's how I talked for 19 years.
Sure.
And this is like my naturally how I speak. This right here is about how it goes.
Oh, it's adorable.
I mean, it's just weird. It just I don't
now
know.
You need a Southern roll, something where you can just let it out.
I know, but it's interesting being like Hispanic and then Southern. I mean, Selena and Jennifer Lopez had a Southern accent in Selena. I mean, that's one example, but there's not too many of those opportunities when it comes to auditioning. But
have you ever felt race as an issue as an actor?
Well, I think that. Excuse me. I think that. Being stereotyped kind of as best friend. Tony Revolori, who's in the film in Fifth Wave, he was in Grand Budapest Hotel and got to play a nice size role in that. But he feels the same way. We talked about this a lot actually. Was it's like you get best friend role a lot, and I mean that Fifth Wave, hey,
not that was a bad thing.
No, not at all, not at all. But a lot of times, if African American, Hispanic girl, those tend to, and it's changing.
Yeah,
thank God, and it really is. We have Jennifer Lopez has a new show coming out. She's the lead of Jane the Virgin. Gina
Clothing
Rodriguez
line too.
Yeah, I mean J-Lo and then Gina Rodriguez as well. Jane the Virgin. Like these Hispanic actresses are now being at leads, which is it's beautiful. It's been there's been several films, but it's still kind of always been, we got the white blonde lead and then the ethnic best friend, or
the token ethnic best friend.
Yeah, exactly. But it's changing, and I'm excited about that. But I mean, growing up in Alabama too, it's.
Was there a big ethnic community there?
No, I mean, I was the only brown person at the school I went to growing up until I changed to public school, and then it was more diverse, and we actually had a nice Hispanic community. I mean, it was a very small percentage of my school, but still, I was like, I'm not the only one. People know, like, what I am. I had kids look at me as kids, and they just didn't know. They were like, what are you? I was like, well, I'm Peruvian. They just didn't know. I mean, but
well, if you've never seen someone and
yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but
it's better than assuming. Yeah. I had a friend in middle school, and then she was I think she was Peruvian. If someone said she was Mexican, she's like, no.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's like you want to be accurate to where somebody
right. Yeah, people
descends from.
Same here even. They're like, you're Mexican. Your last name's Lopez. I'm like, no, I'm actually Peruvian. My dad's from Peru. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. But I'm excited for women and ethnic women taking over Hollywood. I think it's exciting.
I can't recall the name of it now, but there's like a new sci-fi coming out, and it's like the entire main cast is all ethnic women. Oh, it's on it's the Mary Sue on Twitter, and that's a lot of pro-female kind of posts and such. Cool. And I'm blanking her name. What's the girl from Jane the Virgin again? What's her name?
Gina Rodriguez.
She's in it too, I think. And then I can't recall the names, but I'll have to tweet it at you
and be like, hey, let me know.
This is the thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then even Quantico, which is one of my favorite shows. Priyanka Chopra.
I love that she's a Bollywood actress. I watch Bollywood, so I'm like,
you do?
Yes, I'm so glad she made the transition.
I know. One of my friends, Graham Rogers, is on the show. He's awesome. But Priyanka Chopra, when I saw that, I was like, and even most of the cast too, it's just like, wow, this is great. I'm so excited to see just a different colored face as the lead.
Variety.
Yes, variety. Just mix it up. We're all human, That's kind of my standpoint on it. It's not like it has to be women or nothing. Let's just open the opportunity to everybody.
Exactly.
And just be open to all the possibilities of who could play any role.
Yeah, I just started on the Expanse after show, and I love that cast is very ethnically diverse.
What network is that?
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Okay, I haven't seen it.
So there you go. In science fiction, often that's the only time that women and people of color have leading roles. If you think about if you look back at older sci-fi kind of stuff, I mean, I don't know, Fifth Wave is trying to break mold a little more from that too.
But got me. Yeah. I'm Latina, represent the Latina community in Fifth Wave. Me and Tony, I guess he's Latino, but that's different. So,
yeah. Let's be specific.
I mean, let's be specific.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, so you do a lot of volunteer and charity work. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I actually just started working with Good City Mentors. I haven't actually started working with them yet, but I just signed up and went to a thing about a month ago, a party they did, and I am so excited. We get to work with a high school, and they give you a mentee, and then you just there to talk, to show up. I'm so excited to start working with them more. Best friends, animal. Here's my southern accent. Best friends, Animal Society, in KLA. There I am. Hey y'all, it's me.
It's okay, let it out.
I know, let's just let it be. I got to go volunteer with them a couple months ago, and it was so cool because they ring a bell every time a pet gets adopted. They did a big adoption event, and I would be like, oh, the new baby has a home. I would literally say it out loud. There'd be like dogs walking by with their new, and I was like, congratulations, like, oh, not you, them, like you got a home, baby. And they understand what I'm saying. I'm crazy, and I didn't know anybody that was around me, and they were just kind of like, okay, all right, do your job. You're here to pass out flyers. I was like, okay, all right, sorry. No, but I'm so excited that I got to work with them because I have a Chihuahua. Mm-hmm. I didn't say that earlier. In my head, I was like,
we haven't talked about your baby yet.
My baby Buster. I love my baby so much. I'm something that I'm just passionate about. That just save animals and love them, and they change your life, and that's exciting. And then also, so I don't start crying or anything strange. Just kidding.
Oh, what?
What? No, Friends of El Faro is another charity organization I work with, and they we go to Mexico once a month, somewhere around there, and go to an orphanage there and volunteer there with the kids. And they're like, they all look like me, so they get me confused. They're like, wait, you're not one of you're not one of us. I'm like, yes, I am. We're all family here. But that's what it's kind of become too. Is like one big family, and I can't wait. I think we're going this month, and I'm so excited. I haven't seen them in months, and I told them because every time we have to say bye, it's like the worst moment ever because they all look at you like you have to go. Yes,
it's like the sad puppy dog, like don't go, and you're like,
I want to take you with me, and I'm like telling them in Spanish, like I want you to come. And they're like, I want to come. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be back soon, and then my gosh, I'm so happy that I've gotten to be a part of that the past year. I've been doing that for a year now, so.
When you speak Spanish, do you have a southern accent?
No. My Spanish is not perfect.
And do you speak Spanish?
It's not perfect.
Okay.
No, it's great that these kids in Mexico, they help me. They're like, your name's Gabriela Lopez and you don't speak Spanish? I can't.
It's a very
play
American
with you.
thing.
And they're like, that doesn't make sense. But your name is, I was like, I know. It's like Jane Smith that doesn't speak English. That's me. But, I can communicate, especially with kids, because it's about like
easier.
Yeah, it's about my level of
Their
Spanish.
vocab, you're like, oh right, I got this one.
I got that was red. You said red. Good job. I got it. But when my family, like my whole dad's side of the family, they don't speak English very well. So I'm like, and they speak so fast, so it's hard to I'll be like, I understand, and I'll laugh at a joke, and then they'll try to communicate with me, and then I'm just like, see. I don't know I don't know how to say. I don't know how to respond. That's like the biggest.
Smile and nod.
Yeah, smile and nod. Yes. Yeah. Yes. See.
Now, with the kids you work with, do they know that you're an actor in Hollywood?
They do. Because there's an acting teacher, Lee Kilton Smith and Adam Smith, her husband, are the ones that run it, and they bring a group of actors. Usually, not anybody can go, but she's an acting teacher, so she brings her class or whoever wants to go with her. And then most of us are actors, so they all know that we're all actors in Hollywood. And they've asked me, like, what have you been in? And I've got to tell them, like, oh, that's so cool. They get so excited because not only are we just playing all day, but they get to, we've had some pretty big people come down and they get so excited, just like
Are you kind of like a new role model for them then? Because then you are someone representing someone who looks like them, who is making it in film.
I didn't think about that. I hope so. I hope that they look to me and go, oh, that's so cool. I can do that too. And that's something that I'm just really passionate about is people, whoever you are, you just to commit to your dreams. That's another reason I have that tattoo. Is
I was gonna say, you want to show?
Yeah,
there
commit.
we go. Okay, camera
right there.
Yeah,
right there. Commit. Period. As a period. But I got it right when I moved to LA. A couple months after I moved to LA, because I was like, this is something that's important to me because I want to commit to being who I am, being what I stand for, and just doing it, not being afraid to just be like, this is who I am. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna. I was actually having that conversation in my head on the way here. I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, I just do whatever, like whatever desires or whatever. I feel like that's put on our heart for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's some arbitrary, strange thing that just is like, I want to take guitar lessons, Do it. Why not? It won't hurt. And now everything's available on YouTube almost, so it's like free.
You can learn anything.
Yeah. And I just think it's so important to commit to your dreams, follow them, see what happens. That's something I've been saying for a while, and I don't even know where it came from or why, but...
No, I liked your little message you had online of the doing something you love every day. Yeah. That was great.
Oh, thanks. Because that's kind of how I have had to do, too, just to stay sane. you know?
Because, Hollywood's hard.
Yeah, Hollywood's hard. Being a human isn't easy.
Oh, yeah, that's hard.
I mean, who said I'm human?
Oh, I know.
Who
What?
might be an other.
Yeah,
Hey. But I think that, I mean, it's just really important for us to love ourselves and do something that we enjoy. Like, I turn my music on in my house and just dance for a while. And I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy right now. And my dog's looking at me like, Mom?
Do you dance with your dog?
Oh, I do. I'm like, we're at a concert. Yeah, Buster. And he's like, no, we're not. We're in the living room. You're being crazy. But I hope, even the kids in Mexico, we turn on music when they were laughing at me because the way I was dancing. And they were like, no, you're actually really good. Teach us. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was. Okay. And then, like, we just had fun. And I hope that they look to us and come to us and talk to us if there's something. Because being an orphan is not an easy thing, and it's challenging and difficult to see that what they go through and living the way that, they do. But it's a good group, a good community, and it's a family there. So
nice.
I'm just so excited.
Now, do you feel actors, since they're kind of in the public eye, should do charity work and volunteer work because then it can, spread a message in a broader sense? And I mean, everybody, it's always nice when people can help out, but are actors kind of almost under some kind of obligation in a way?
I feel like, I think people, my main thing is to follow your spirit. Like, ultimately, I think that's kind of what we are, as we're not, I don't know who said it, but not human beings having a spiritual experience, but a spiritual beings having a human experience. And I think that whatever that leads us to, whatever it is and whatever that means to you, to do that and to come from that space. I think even acting or being an artist in general is that having that passion is coming from your spirit, coming from that heart space. So when you're coming from that and living in that, I think you're automatically drawn to go, you know what, this is kind of something that I want to get involved in to better the planet, to be a good human. I mean, but really, just, and you start to see things as human to human instead of like, oh, this person's better than me or this person's, it's all even. And if we're all helping each other, and I think that actors especially, or anybody that has even entertainment, sports or whatever, that has some kind of a name, but anybody really.
Power of the internet, everybody has a voice.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you've been. No, I was getting into Backstreet Boys. Where you're from. Okay, I'm done.
As long as you love me, right?
Yeah, but true. Like, that's that's a cool message if you just take that part about it and say we all love each other and do something to be a part of the planet. We're all here living together. We might as well all get together and be human to human to each other and love each other and have a good time. Why not? That's what every time I see someone struggling at a store or something, it's like, I could, and it's not even like I'm doing it to be nice. I'm doing it just because you're a human and I love you and we're all here doing the same thing and we're all in this one thing together. So I think that as an artist, we kind of have more, especially people that are extremely famous have these huge voices to be heard and to take advantage of that and to use that opportunity to kind of plant that seed for everybody. I think that's why it would be an obligation for them to be a part of charity or volunteer work, because they have the money.
They got the megaphone.
Hey, they got the megaphone and they got the money. So you might as well. I think that's why I think a lot of celebrities do get into that, because it's so accessible to them and people listen and appreciate, and it helps the charities too, because it's like, oh, so and so.
It's awareness too, because it's like charities like you're involved with, people maybe have never heard about and might speak to them that they want to help out. Like if you love animals, like here's a great charity.
Exactly.
And then it's one that's legit and is going to actually help those it's supposed to help.
Exactly. I think that's why it's so cool. Like Chloe could be like, oh, I'm really passionate about this. And I'm like, I've never heard about that. And then you see it. She's got 4 million followers or however many on Twitter or whatever. Instagram, I don't know. And then she, all her fans get to see that and go, oh, I can make a difference. I can do something.
Because individuals can make a difference, because it's like you never know how much just one nice thing you say to somebody will change like their day or their life.
Yeah, or their life. Yeah. You could save someone's life. You have no idea. I've had people come up to me, even like I'm like having a terrible day and somebody calls me, or like, I just don't know why. I just felt like I had to share this with you. Or, anybody. it's like, wow, I needed to hear that. Thank you. That just made my day, you know? We never know. I just think it's so important just to see everybody as human and equals and not have all these weird, someone's better or whatever.
Yeah. So we've kind of talked about nurturing the inside. Now outside, you like to do a lot of activity stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You like outdoorsy. Would you consider outdoorsy kind of a description for you? There's at least one hiking picture I saw.
That's funny because I love being outside. I love being outside. I love hiking. I love being at the beach. I love being outside. Just does something for my insides.
Yeah.
Still, I'm like, ooh, leaves, wind,
and the sun,
birds,
sun.
Yes, I love it.
Fresh air.
But if any of my friends are we're gonna watch this, they're gonna say, outdoorsy. What? But I do. I like camping. I went to a camp growing up, and I love being outside. I don't know if I consider myself outdoorsy, if I would really be like braving it out there, but I like
get outside.
Yeah, I
that
love
counts.
to get outside. I like to ride my bike, or I don't have a bike now, but rent a bike at the beach and ride it down the beach. Oh my gosh, it's one of my top 5
We
favorite
have the
things to do.
beach right there.
I know. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm bored today. What can I do? Oh, I can go
There's
to
a
the beach.
Yeah.
And it's like $5-10 something. Something stupid cheap to go rent a bike and then just drive it and look at the sunset and the ocean. I'm like, where am I that I get to do this right now?
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. You don't ride a bike like that.
I think you're mimicking the pedals.
I
what
think
the pedals
so,
do.
but
these are your feet.
Yes, these are my feet going.
You're a horse, so it's the feet, right?
I'm a horse. It reminded me of Game of Thrones. I don't know. Anyway, because there's horses in there.
Yes,
That's why.
There happen to be horses.
There happen to be horses there.
And you like yoga.
I do. I love yoga. I was like addicted to hot yoga for a while. I confess.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You're stretching. And,
But the hot yoga, there's man. I mean, the first time I went, I was like, I'm gonna run out of here. And then the teacher goes, so you might be experiencing a fight or flight from fear, but I just suggest that you breathe into that. And I was like,
That's some good advice.
yeah, right? And I was like,
You could put that in life.
right? That's basically what he said. He was like, this is something that you could apply,
Yeah.
when you're going through something and you want to just run from it or just be like, frozen or fight or whatever. And just to breathe through it. And I was like, okay. So I did. And since then I was like, I need that feeling of like where you feel like you just
Cleansed
jumped in
a dirty way.
pool or
Yeah.
and you come out, and I walked out one day and Chris Pine was standing right there, and I was like, I can't, there's nothing I can do to make myself cool.
It just means you were
wave.
glistening.
Hi. Yeah.
And you said pigeon and your camel were your favorite. And
Yes.
why those?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, they're different poses for different reasons. You could like them.
But that's interesting you said that. It was because when I was doing that interview, I was just thinking like whatever came in my head first. I was like, I don't know.
Do you have a new favorite pose?
No, I'm gonna stick with those. Camel, I love.
That like
Because every time I almost get like really vulnerable and emotional because it releases something I feel like in my heart every time. I'm like, I just feel like I just opened up. I think that's why I love it, because I'm like, I just feel like something just came out and released. And Pigeon, I tend to reflect a lot at that moment. I don't know, more so than even Savasana. I don't know, just like I'm just like reflecting, and I'm also in pain. So it, good pain. So it helps. I'm like,
feel so good. Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. Yeah, like in the hip, just hip opener and down. I don't know. I really like those. And then I remembered after the interview, I went to yoga and I was like, I think I'm lying. I don't think these are my favorite. And I was like, no, I know why they're my favorite, but they're not the most like pleasant like afterwards, but breathing into it, you know what I mean?
I feel pigeon's not too well, it depends on how open your hips are,
right?
Like pigeon for me, I'm like no big, I got it, but I have more flexible hip joints. But like camel, I'm like if you have tight shoulders or something, that's a little more
and especially if you're going all the way back and then just laying there,
you're
I'm
like and hold it,
and it's like, oh, okay, my neck, we're good.
Have you heard the thing that it's not sweat, it's your fat crying?
No, but I love that. I'm gonna think that next time I work out, which I hope is.
You're like, I'm scared.
There goes. Oh, you better cry some more, girl.
And it's you don't sweat, you sparkle. Yeah, it's glisten. Yeah,
You're just just
you glow.
glistening.
And actually, it's the new year and New Year's resolutions. Do you have any kind of advice for people because you do activities to stay in shape? Do you have any advice for people starting the new year, like what they should do? No pressure.
Yeah, cool. No, I think that, because with resolutions this year, I was like, I'm just gonna trust my inner guidance to just guide me through everything. That's kind of my thing. That for the year, it's my resolution, which is a weird thing, but it just kind of
good advice.
Yeah, just kind of listening to my heart, basically.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart. Okay.
I was gonna say, I feel that's another Disney movie too. Just listen to
Yeah, right.
Or something.
I know, and they all sound so cheesy, but at the end of the day, that's like.
But it's true.
But it's so true. It's so true. But I think moving 30, even 10 minutes a day. My dad is brilliant, man. He's 85. And he's still practicing as a psychiatrist, and he makes these cards that he hands out to his patients, and instead of like prescribing medicine, he'll just hand them this card. On the back it says, dance to 3 songs in a row every day. That's one of his, like, and that burns. And he goes, yeah, I said, go for them, because he has a thick Peruvian accent.
No, continue the accent's great. Keep going with that description.
I know, right? It's good. They get some exercise, and it is good for your brain, and release endorphin, and it's good for your heart. It's good for everything. So, I mean, my dad is really the reason why I'm so about, like, the spirit stuff, because he's very just connected, because he's like, oh, look. This is spirit, mind, body. Spirit in check, then you have mind, body in check. This come first. He even does this thing with the hands. And he tells his patients that. But he hands them the card, and I'm like, that's so cool. So, if it's like, if working out or being active is hard for people, turn on your favorite songs and dance to all 3 of them. Yeah. Even if it's this.
Yeah. You're still moving.
You're still moving, and you're going to have a smile on your face, and that's all that really matters. That's it.
Even just smiling, people in better mood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 3 muscles or something to smile, but it's like 14 to frown.
Oh, really?
I don't know the exact numbers.
Cool.
Do not quote me on those numbers. But it's one of those, like, there's fewer muscles to smile than it is to frown.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's interesting. And I also heard that you're supposed to give, like, 8 hugs a day or something. As a human, we don't get enough affection. I
was gonna say, what if you don't see 8 people a day? People are hermits. I go through phases. I'm like, people.
I know.
Hermit.
I know. Me too. I'm like, I'm isolating. Okay, time to go out. Okay, hi.
Actually, that's a good question. Then I was just thinking. So, with your random schedule of filming, how often do you feel you can see your friends and connect with people you know?
A lot. I feel like because. I try to make that time, like, with my friends, like, hey, just come over and let's watch a movie or whatever. Let's watch TV. So I feel like I do kind of, the first couple of years I was here, it was harder to balance.
Sure.
Because I just was like, I can't. I have an audition and I have to be on set tomorrow or whatever. Yeah. But now I have kind of figured out that balance of, like, oh, friend time, cool, taking that up. And then a lot of stuff too with going to events and stuff, you see people that you know, and then you kind of just are hanging out. And
Were you making friends on set?
Oh yeah, exactly. And then I always make friends. I try to.
I can't see why you would do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
People want to hang out with you.
I know, it's weird. No, I love people. I love humans and listening to them and getting to know them. So, I mean, what better place to do it than on set when you're sitting there waiting?
Is there a lot of wait time?
Oh, yeah. I haven't, especially because I haven't had, like, that leading role yet. I can't wait.
What's next?
That's next.
That's what's next.
That's what's next. But if you aren't, like, in every single scene of the day, then you're in a lot of waiting.
Leading people, though, if it's somebody else's scene or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have less wait time, but they still have to wait around. And setting up for the next shot takes a while. And so it's nice to just talk to people and get to know them and hear their stories, because it's so interesting how that kind of just opens up conversation when you're on a set. It's cool.
Do you kind of feel like it's like sitting with someone at an airport? It's just these people you don't even know, so you feel you can randomly talk to people.
That's interesting.
Though at airports, I feel people don't talk to each other anymore because they're on their phone.
No.
But you used to be able to.
You know what's interesting too? I feel like everybody, like the energy level on an airport, everybody's just like, it's really super tense. Like on set, everyone's like happy. You're working. They're being creative. They're doing something they love. So it's just it's much more open, and people just kind of feel comfortable, like, opening up. I feel like it's weird how easy it is to just open up. In an airport, I try to keep to myself too, because I get nervous because I overhear people talking like, "We're gonna miss a flight. Get on I'm like, oh, okay, Buster.
Y'all stay away from the negative energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna
does he fly with you?
He does.
Oh,
I put him
small
in
enough to fly.
Yeah, and I put him. He has this little bag he sits in, and he gets to go in the seat underneath me. And
is he a good flight buddy?
Oh my gosh!
Does he just sit there and quiet?
Nobody ever knows ever.
Oh.
I get off and like, you have a dog? I do. I have a dog in my bag, and he's a good one.
How often do you fly with him?
Every time I fly, which is, I mean, pretty often, a few times a year. Yeah, about 3 or 4 times a year.
So you live out here. How often do you feel you fly back home?
About twice a year. Like in the summer, my mom dances and she does these dance competitions, so I go home in the summer to watch her. I'm so proud of her that she's doing something. And Christmas. That's usually this past year I went home a little bit more. But 2016. Oh, cool.
I know. What? New year already?
Crazy. Like, I was thinking that way on the way over here, too. I was like, wait. Oh, yeah. Yep, New Year. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I know. I was just talking before this, and it was like this first week of the new year feels like it's been really long.
I know.
And it's only been a week.
I know.
But it feels like it's been like a month.
I know. I feel that way, too. I'm like, oh, it's the end of January. I'm like, wait, fifth wave hasn't come out yet. Nope, not there yet. Nope, not there. Not there yet.
Any other kind of final words? We're getting towards the end of any thoughts on final wave, sharing, telling people? Or funny stories that you can tell?
All right, I'll tell a funny story from filming really quick. Well, I just think this is hilarious. But so Chloe and I, in one scene, we were just improvising because I didn't know they were recording it, and it's funny. Because, like, little bits and pieces, they kept it in the film. But I wish they had kept this whole thing. It's so, oh, my gosh. I was like, why didn't you keep it? They're like, we talked about it. We wanted to keep it. But then it was just like, no. But we look at each other and we say the same thing at the same time. And then we go, like, we were like, no. Huh? Like, we were like, how did we do that? And we did that another time, another scene, too.
Oh, wow.
We did the same dance moves and then looked at each other like, what? It was just, I think that's hilarious. Yeah, we did. And I was like, get out of my head, you crazy lady. No, I think that's a funny story.
Do you guys talk much after filming?
Yeah, cool. I haven't seen her. She's a very busy lady.
As actors, busy schedules, but
yeah,
online.
We text every now and then.
That's
catch
cool.
up. Yeah, I would actually. I'm sure I'll see her soon. So.
Nice. Yeah. Any other funny stories? That was a pretty good one. Yeah, I like that. So I was gonna say we can't do spoilers, so it's
no.
So then you saw it with a cast and crew kind of screening already then?
Yeah, almost a month ago, about a month ago, yeah.
One word reaction.
Oh, whoa. I guess, oh, whoa. No, but really, I guess, whoa. There was moments where I was just like, oh, no, like, that was kind of like, it's a roller coaster. You kind of go through all of them, which is... It's great. I'm excited for people to see it. I'm really excited. I think people are really gonna like it because it's just different too. It's like, been compared in Twilight and Hunger Games type genre, but I
still feel it's very different though.
Yeah.
Just from the trailer, I'm like, I get it. I get where you're going.
Yeah.
But
this is like it's just different. It's just different, and I think that's good. I think people, especially with the people that are big fans of the trilogy, I guess, and the whole thing's not out yet, but of the book, then.
Yeah, because Hunger Games, you could say, is kind of like post-apocalyptic fantasy-ish.
Yeah.
And then Twilight's horror-ish.
Yeah, I actually think this could happen.
But then sci-fi.
I actually think that this could be real.
Uh-huh.
Do
you believe in aliens?
Yes, 100%. I just think that if you go to the observatory and you see all the we're in one galaxy? Come on. I think Rick Yancey is actually a psychic. I've talked to him. Yeah. I think I did tell him that because we were sitting next to lunch one day, and I was like, you may have predicted the world ending. And I was like, no.
Would you be ready for the end of the world?
Well, I think with Chloe on my side, with her Cassie Sullivan skills.
Yeah.
Yep, totally.
You'll be like, girl, teach me your skills.
Yeah, teach me everything you learned while filming The Fifth Wave, and we are ready to conquer the end of the world.
Did you get to do any training, or was that not really in your character's line?
No, not my character's line.
Your character's just that badass, didn't need training.
Yeah. Ooh, she's just like all with her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
So when's the date again that it comes out?
January 22nd. It's coming up very soon.
And people know where they can find you?
Yes, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Gabriela Lopez. J. Lopez, sorry, I got my accent going again. And Facebook.com/official Gabriela Lopez.
Yes, you should
Like
follow
my
her. She
page.
has fun stuff, fun videos. I like the dub smash stuff. I was looking through that.
Thanks. Yeah, I need to do more of those. I need to be more.
Do it. It's funny.
More fun things.
You have some dancing ones on Instagram too.
I do.
I think
Probably.
so. It's like in a club or something.
Probably.
Are you with your friends?
Probably. I'm just like,
Showing off your dance moves.
yeah, probably at a concert somewhere, like Music Midtown or something, or where's the other one I went to? I don't know. I love going to music festivals and such.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
right.
think thank you so much for coming in. It was super fun. It was hilarious.
So much fun. Yes.
And go watch The Fifth Wave January 22nd. January 22nd. Theater near you. I'm Carrie Lane. You can find me online at Carrie D. Lane. And this has been an episode of iTalk Movies on the Popcorn Talk Network. Thank you for watching.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.